Changing mag!
Hi, it's Double975 and today I'm bringing you a TDM from Black Ops 1. It's actually a pretty decent TDM, it's a good score and it was a good fun game. And I just thought I'd bring this gameplay footage as background while I talk about wanting Modern Warfare Remastered, but only wanting Remastered. I do not want anything to do with Infinite Warfare, and I think many people who brought the Infinite Warfare double pack did exactly what Don did, which was download Modern Warfare Remastered and never actually played Infinite Warfare. Other people have said to me they only played Infinite Warfare while Remastered was downloading, and then as soon as it downloaded they got rid of that game. Removed it from their hard drive and haven't played it. If you look, Modern Warfare Remastered is more played than, you know, Infinite Warfare on Xbox One at the moment, and that's going to stay the same. Most of the pros would prefer it if this season's professional game was played on Remastered than on Infinite Warfare. Which just goes to show COD is not moving in the right direction and hasn't been moving in the right direction for some time. So where does that leave us, the ones that don't want to pay out the extra money but still want this game? Will they give us Modern Warfare Remastered? In my mind I think eventually they'll have to, because Activision is beholden to their shareholders, and if they have a product that could be sold to more people, they will sell it to more people eventually. They will release it separately, they will probably overprice it, and they will sell it individually. I would expect in January probably. That's the thing, we're going to have that wait, and quite a long wait. But I'm quite happy with, you know, Black Ops 1 for now. I can survive on Black Ops 1, it's not too infuriating, it's a quite good fun game, and as you saw from my recent video, it's more played than Titanfall 2, which is kind of embarrassing for Respawn Entertainment. They're being outdone by a 6-year-old Treyarch game, exactly like it was 6 years ago, not even remastered. That says something about Respawn Entertainment's Titanfall 2. I don't think Titanfall 2 is a particularly bad game, but the problem is people are voting with their feet and voting with their money. And unfortunately for Titanfall 2, people have voted that they don't really want to play that game. Now, Call of Duty are going to have a problem because of the fractured player base at the moment. It's going to mean there's less people playing their games. Less people playing their games is never a good thing. You know, they want a community together. They don't want us all fractured across 4 or 5 different games. So, you know, give more people access to Remastered, get more players on it. It'll survive for longer and do better, and may actually last most of this year. You know, it's difficult at the moment for Activision because they've ballsed it up, they know they have. They tried to rescue the situation by throwing in Remastered, you know, hoping that would compensate, and yet their sales still haven't been that great. Sales for, you know, Infinite Warfare are way down on their were for Black Ops 3, and let's face it, Black Ops 3 was below where they were at the height of Call of Duty. I think Modern Warfare 3 was oddly the most purchased, but Black Ops 2 was very solid numbers, and since Black Ops 2 there's been a steady decline. Black Ops 3 peaked back up again, but we're now back in the decline. You know, if I was Activision, I would seriously take a look at their plan of releasing a game every year and start thinking about longevity of games. If you're going to put in supply drops and make microtransactions and all the rest of it, then have a game, run it for 4 or 5 years, support it properly, support the competitive, support the game, give it some consistency. Every year add maps, add gun skins, and maybe add new weapons, but keep the same base game for 4 or 5 years. I think that is a model that people would prefer. People would prefer some consistency, not every year learning an entirely new game that's just not quite as good as the old ones, or absolutely terrible when you compare it to the old ones. I do think the Activision game every year model is run its course. If they're going to put pay to win in these games, then people are just going to walk away from the franchise. Totally, because pay to win is just a joke when it comes to a competitive shooter or a shooter that bases itself on competitive play or, you know, on casual fun play. Because there's nothing that says it's not a casual fun game than getting murked because you don't have the latest gun. And I really pissed that guy off. I don't know how many times I killed him on the trot then in that little sequence, but I pissed him off enough that he left, so I wasn't surprised he was host actually. He was the guy who grenade launched me out my window earlier, so fair play to him. But he did rage quit. I probably did annoy him. I killed him about 4 or 5 times on the trot, and if you look at some of the kills, they were quite embarrassing for him. Got shot off a head glitch. He was killed while throwing a stun because he didn't expect me to be aggressive enough to just rush at him. You know, if it had stayed where he was and just pre-aimed me, he would have killed me. But like I say, this was a fun game. I had a good time rushing around on this map. I actually got dogs twice. I just ran out of time to call them in. It was one of those games. Unfortunately, after everyone rage quit, there was only a few people left, so it was kind of gets a little disjointed towards the end here, and I get away with a few things that are just kind of naughty, like trapping these 2 guys in their spawn, which is a bit mean, but they really should have pushed out there where I was reloading, but they didn't. So nice easy couple of kills, and I got delayed in bringing my helicopter in because somebody else had one up. But it was a good game, good score, and I enjoyed myself, which is why I play Call of Duty 4. And if I'm not going to get Modern Warfare Remastered anytime soon, I can stick to the old CODs for a little bit longer, because I'm only playing it when I'm taking a break from Elite, so I'm not really playing much Call of Duty at the moment. But that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching.